Hi, good evening. We are back for another session with Chamonix. We are having a slight bit of delayed in our internet. Ja, so die internet totality of wat gaat aan nie. Maar we are gonna do this thing. So vanaand is aan met Chamonix and we're gonna talk about women's health issues. Um, ik denk ons het die topic gekies want ek is nie baie goed met women's health nie. Ek gaan net dokter toe as ek naby dood is, which will be good be. Um, so ons het spesiaal 'n manier gekry vandag om te praat saam met ons 'n bietjie meer oor health issues. When we must go to do certain things. Wanneer moet ons gaan vir peps mis en almal die goede. Maar voor ons aan daai kom, gaan ons eers vir Chamonix hallo sê en ons gaan vir haar vra om vir haarself te introduce. Okay? So hallo Chamonix.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Chamonix Prince. I'm a registered nurse for 10 years. I'm currently working at the kidney dialysis unit. But I'm out of my comfort zone today because I'm speaking
Okay.
about women's health. But the bias swap is not the only. It's it was just COVID time. So we all forgot about we're supposed to go and check ourselves out. We as ladies.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the topic for tonight.
Mm. Ja, as wat wil jy sê, ons is baie gefokus op COVID deesdae. En ons baie keer word ons gesê ons moenie dink aan COVID as aan iets wat gou gaan verdwyn nie. As like ons 'n nuwe normal en amper soos ons nog gewoond raak is daar en ons moet nog altyd aangaan met lewe. Maar in a way is also baie difficult om uit te doen. Want COVID word elke keer in 'n gesig gegooi, maar ons gaan try vanaand om te fokus op vroumense issues. Wat is dit wat ons wanneer doen? Okay? So as jy nou moet like fos kan miskien sê wat is die mees belangrikste ding om te doen as dit kom by 'n vrou?
Uh, with a lady, with a vrou, ons het baie aspekte wat na gekyk moet word. Nee? You have to look from the head to the toe.
Hmm.
As jy 'n maklike saakie,
Okay.
we grow up as a young girl and then we get to puberty. Then other things happen to us. We get our breasts, we get the woman's part where we get our period and all that jazz. It was almost famous for dying stuff. But to look after it when we grow a little bit older because all the other hormones
Hmm.
come to play, which is I'm not gonna name
Hmm.
them, I'm not gonna teach anything, but I'm just saying there's lots of hormones that we grow into, letting our breasts grow and having our period and stuff like that. But areas where the
Hmm.
breasts grow and the areas where our sexual organs
Hmm.
grow is also a part where you can get lots of illnesses also, and we need to look after it. Well,
Okay.
starting with the breast,
Okay.
it's a tender issue with a woman, but an immense kind of view, it's
Hmm.
not like it's a mooi na te kyk. It's not that. You need to look after it. Man, sommige
Hmm.
vrouens, né, ons weet wat ons doen as ons huis toe ry, kom van die weke, wat doen jy eers? As jy lekker ry of dis relax, dan maak jy mos jou verhaal los, né? Dis 'n goeie
Hmm.
ding.
Ek kom
You
af
need
my
to
sê.
keep them. Huh?
Ah, sorry. Moenie net my bra uittrek nie.
Yeah, when you relax,
Nie
I
wat vertel
know,
jy my
but
nou?
certain way to talk about the bra part, it needs to fit correctly. Ons vergeet mos dit moet nie reg, want jy skop 'n bra want dit lyk mooi. Ek wil dat die vibe van
Ah,
kom daar
okay.
correctly fit.
Hmm.
Ons gaan mos dit winkel toe, dan gaan koop ons 'n bra. Okay, ek is 'n C-cup of 'n D-cup. Ek gaan dit daai, but it doesn't work like that. Sekere plekke het measurements
Ah.
types, né? Ons moet dit altyd vir daai doen, maar om seker te maak wat 'n size jy gebruik
Hmm.
daai ding wat so daai measuring tape wat jy in jou As jy nou nie regtig weet wat is jou regte size. Sommige bras waar jou borste
Oh,
doen is
okay.
jou hy sê regte fit. So you need to um the measurement cup, the measurement tape, you need to put it in the middle size part of your
Mm.
video knuckles is, né? Right around. So dan vir jou bast gaan nie, né? Dan gaan jou for her. But anyway, you need to know the right size. There is
Mm.
ladies working at the lingerie place area in the shop that can measure your bra size. Né? Having the right bra size
Mm.
means that your breast will be in a comfortable position, which means it's lifted at the right place and it's secured. Also, die bras wat so also dra dan as dit beweeg, ek gaan hulle also dat as jy 'n goeie hoe sê mens nou, it's not good. Yeah? It's not good. It needs to be secured against
Okay.
your body.
So hulle moenie
So,
jiggle.
ah ah.
Mm.
Ons ook nie daai, ons vroumense is dowe pot, soms mag ek ook dowe pot. But anyway, our breasts have cells in it that grow continuously. No? When you have your period, you
Mm.
will feel tender, your nipples is tender. Meaning there is the hormones is creating a space where the cells in your breast grow and then your breast get tender and it's hard and it's clear. So obviously that
Okay.
means sometimes in certain women the cells can grow, different cells can grow, and which can cause cancer, tumors, or it can be benign or metastatic. Metastatic is cancerous, it can cancerous, benign is nie kanker. Dis ek wat aardig. Dis ek wat mense altyd sê wat aardig. Sorry.
Okay.
Maar wanneer ons ons op breast check, moet dit altyd 2 weke wees na jou period. Ja? Because during your period, your breast is not at a normal size and it's very tender and it's soft. And daai tipe check is baie seer aan jy moet nou
Hey. Oh.
van jou armpit en net so jou
Ons het
lymph nodes
gou vir jou
from
ons
your arm
gou
as 'n bietjie. Are you there? Jennifer. Hello.
hello. We just we just lost a bit of connection tonight, so we're just gonna wait for Shimane to come back. Um, in the meantime, we are talking tonight about women's health. Sover het Shimane vir ons verduidelik dat ons bra size is baie belangrik en dat ons moet kyk na dit want die tissue wat develop nie is it kan ook baie issues veroorsaak soos cancers and all of these things. So we just checking with her to see when she will come back. For some reason the internet is very slow today. So we're just checking for her to come back. Maar wat baie belangrik is bra size wat sy vir ons wat sy mee besig is met ons te praat. En dan gaan sy nog verder nog saam ons praat. So if you have any questions for Chamonix, maybe you can just put them down while she's trying to log back in when it comes to women's health, and then we will later answer it while she's trying to get back in. Sover wat ons gehoor het is ons moenie die ding wat ons baie voor belangrik is wanneer ons by die huis kom, ons trek net die bra uit. Apparently there is something you're not supposed to do. Ek weet daarom is so mooi van daai nie want ek laat my bra uittrek. She is back. So hallo. Ons het nou net gerefresh oor die bra storie wat ons mag uittrek en nie mag uittrek nie. Ek weet nie as die internet ook so weet krag is op, petrol is op, miskien as ek wil die krag ook nie meer weet nie. So ons weet nie waar ons vanaand nie. Maar miskien kan jy net gou weer oorgaan met die met die feit dat die ons bra met reg sit, het jy gesê. En ek is nog nie altyd baie concerned met dit begin met ons kan nie met ons bra uittrek in die middag wanneer ons by die huis kom nie. Dit is 'n groot concern vir my want dit moet los wees. Okay, so we're really having issues with Chamonix tonight. Connecting. Wat 'n vraag is dat kom by vrouens in their health. Next week Thursday, we are going to talk about pregnancy, how to prepare for it. En ek weet nou met COVID is dit mos nou 'n groot issue met ons is there's a lot of fear going around with you going into the hospital and all the things. So we are getting a midwife on to talk to us about that. While we're waiting for Chamonix, we are getting someone in to talk about sex, and so she will discuss everything around pregnancies with us. And then on Thursday we're talking about sex. Tomorrow we're talking about all the stay-at-home moms, and then on Sunday we're talking about religious principles. How does that fit in with women? So while we wait, is there any questions that you guys maybe have? You can post it on Facebook. That as soon as Chamonix comes back, we will try and later answer these things. Ja, want ek meen vrouens health is mos nou maar 'n topic wat niemand regtig oor praat nie, even if ek is van daai vrouens, as ek net daai pap smear klip ding hoor, dan is ek definitief op my nerves. Moenie saam met praat oor pap smears nie. Ek is nie vir dit nie. So yeah, if you have any questions, I think this time it will work. We will have Chamonix answer them. Jy weet, en dan is dit tot daar. Is sy terug? Ek sien hy. Hi Chamonix, can you hear us? I think maybe as as dit gaan help, dan kan jy die camera afsit want jy weet soms die connections is 'n bietjie meer difficult as die camera aan is. Then you can maybe just talk to us or so. As dit okay is vir jou. Can you hear us? Okay. So we really have issues with Chimene and connectivity. We will try one more time to get her back. In the meantime, soos ek gesê het, ons for this month of August, we are really just trying to talk about every other topic that normally we do not talk about when it comes to Women's Month. Ons focus baie op um, gender-based violence, which is not a bad thing, but there is so many other things that affect a woman. Ek dink sy is terug. Kan jy ons nou hoor? Is dit beter vir jou sonder die kamera?
Yes, I can. Sorry for all that. I don't know what happened.
Nee,
Yeah.
dis fyn. Sy moet jou krag goed my sê. Kyk, ons het al gepraat oor die breast ding, nee. Laat ons
Mm-hmm.
net weer daaroor praat. So regte bras,
Okay.
um
The
is 'n groot
brownie,
ding.
but correct. Okay.
Ja,
The brownie to fit correctly.
so die regte bras,
That's why I recommend that
die
put the correct bra
okay.
so it doesn't move around much. Because it can cause pain.
Hoekom mag dit nie
There's
move nie?
cells in your breast. You've got lots of cells, né? And lymph nodes, cells that
Okay.
regenerates and
Okay.
sommige mense kry cysts. En jy so cysts daai cells wat 'n bietjie groter word met 'n lots of water inside of it.
Uh,
Cysts. Baie mense dit al gehad, ek het dit al gehad. Wanneer when that
okay.
happens, then they usually recommend a person to have a mammogram and a sauna, obviously, at the age 30, at age 30 years old.
Okay.
Can be done
At age 30,
at
then you must start having mammograms.
yeah, yeah, at the age 30. Yeah. But
Okay.
when you have
Okay.
problems, when you feel a lump in your breast, when you do your breast exam, you feel there's something wrong. You know, when you notice something, where you maybe the one breast is bigger than the other
Okay.
breast, your nipple changes
Mm.
color, or it just doesn't feel normal to you as a person. Then I will recommend to
Yeah.
see your family planning sister at the clinic or a doctor, which will do a breast exam or
Yeah.
talk to you about history, ask you a lot of your
Mm.
family history, because it is a disease. Breast cancer, or
Okay.
it can be given over from family to family members. Maybe in the far granny, great grandma, whatever. But that's also a risk
Okay.
factor. But anyway, with a painful
Mm.
breast or the cyst or something that's wrong with your breast, then the doctor will recommend you to go for a mammogram. It doesn't mean you have to be 30. It just recommends the age to go for a mammogram is at age 30. But if you
Okay.
have issues beforehand, you can go. Yeah? And then,
Okay.
like with me, I had a few years ago, I had
Okay.
a lump
Okay.
my right on my left breast. It was there before when I was a little bit younger. Created an abscess, and then it burst. The
Mm.
abscess burst. I think it was in matric, yeah. But now every time it can grow,
Okay.
it's a cyst that I have, which is at 3 to 4 centimeters big at the moment. So I was recommended by the
Mm.
doctor to have a mammogram every year at the same time. So every
Okay.
February, every year, I have to go just to see if the cyst doesn't grow bigger and if it gives problems. But at the
Okay.
moment, it's fine. When it does grow bigger, they don't see anything, there's nothing wrong. So they do the mammogram, they see there's something wrong, they'll do a scan. But just to say generally what happens, if it does
Mm.
show there's a lump or anything, they will do other things. But I don't want to make everybody scared about it. But just saying that every month, if you feel there's something wrong with your breast, do a breast exam yourself.
Okay.
And if you feel it's like they do teach us about breast exam at when you go for your If
Okay.
you're pregnant, they will tell you about it. And even if you go to your family planning sister, you go to have family planning, you can ask about
Yeah.
it. They'll show you. You will go from your armpits right around your breast. You will use your three fingers like that,
Okay.
flex. Don't use your thumb. Use your three fingers or two fingers at the most,
Mm.
and just feel
So
around.
dan the nose.
Help it. Yeah.
Okay.
But you will, with the other hand, you keep your other hand just behind
Okay.
your hip, and you will lie like this backwards. Huh?
Like
And then you will
something
feel
like this.
your arm. Yeah. You
Okay.
keep
And
your
then
arm.
feel.
You will do your one side, two fingers, and you will just palpate around your breast,
Okay.
around your breast. And
Mm.
when you feel something is not there, it's supposed to be there. The reason why your arm is at the back of your head is to keep your breast level, and you must lie on your back. You must lie on flat on your back so
Uh.
that your breast is level
Okay.
to your chest. Um, then you will, if you feel
Okay.
something is not right, you will
Okay.
obviously contact your doctor or your sister at the family planning clinic and then talk to them. They will refer you further. But when you're 30 years old, you never had a problem with
Okay.
your breast or anything, you still need to go and check it out. Because as we grow older, our breasts change. We have babies, our breast size changes.
Okay.
We produce milk. Sometimes when you have milk producing, you give milk and you breastfeeding. Um, soms
Yeah.
kom die melk ons sê uit dan maak dit was gewoon die borste word seer. You've got ducts, milk
Yeah.
ducts inside. Yeah. Daai is ook rede vir baie dinge wat kan groei wat die dames groei. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason why we need
Okay.
to look
Okay.
after our breast. We've got lots of
Okay.
factors happening at our breast. The breast is there for breastfeeding. Our breast is there to say we are women. It's part of who we are. Lots of
Okay.
people, I know it's really sad for those that have had cancer, had to lose both or one breast at the most. And
Yeah.
and for women, we are identified by breast. So it's a very fear, as a virus, fear,
Diabetes.
such,
Yeah.
yeah. So to go to the other part of our
Yeah.
body is the vagina. Ek gaan dit nou so sê baie mense. The vagina is the
Also vagina,
area
yes.
of yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an area where we use to go to the toilet to urinate. As het mos
Yeah.
toilet toe gaan en van pipi, wat ons maar ons was it van vooraf afgevoer. Because it's an area that can get infected.
Mm-hmm.
Also, ons kan ook
Yeah.
van dit dat ook 'n vrou met 'n baie blaasinfeksies kry en as dit natuurlik. Then also, when you have sex, just hold on quickly.
Mm.
Sorry, just hold on.
Yeah. When you have six, you have children, then come and interrupt you while you are doing the interview. Yeah. I mean, this is part of being a woman, I guess. That you want to do good, you want to do interviews, but you also have children that you need to look after. So Shamanay is gewoon weghalen voor mijn kind uit de soort. But we've learned now how to do breast exams. So you keep your arms up. You have to lay. Voor ons mensen wat je groot is, voorzichtig dat je niet choky. Um, because these things might strangle you after a while. Just be careful. So you need to lay on your back, your arms up, as if though you're stretching it out. You use your two fingers of drie. En jy gaan van jou armpit af begin rondvoel om jou breast om te sien as daar any lumps is. So you have to do this once a month. You have to do it. But if you've never had a problem with your breast, you need to do it um, from the age of 30. You need to start going for mammograms. That is what we've heard so far that you need to do. So our next topic that we're going to discuss is our vaginas, which is used for sex, babies, urination, allemaal die goede. And so now we're just going to learn about how to look after it nicely. Dus wat om met de vie, vir die wat het verkeerd gevier het al die jare. And now we're also going to hear wat verder moet ons doen. Okay?
Ja, ja, die part wat ek wil gesê het van seks toe kom touchy en sorry man. Maar anyway, we have sex, nee. Um, try to go to the bathroom
Mhm.
when you urinate and let you empty your bladder. Yeah, because that it can also cause
Is dit nou na
infection.
seks?
Ja, na sex, na alles klaar. Dan gaat er zo pee. Je
Nee, maar
moet
sê
je
maar sy wil
blaas
nou weer
leeg
gaan.
maken.
Sê maar sy wil nou weer gaan. Dan moet sy nou weer pie elke
Nou, I'm
keer.
just saying. As jy nou voor jy gaan slaap, voor jy nou alles op op is en jy wil gaan slaap, gaan pee eers. Maak je blaas leeg. Maak skoon
Oh,
daar,
okay.
so whatever.
Ja.
Because ander goed sy tot agterdoor jy gaan te veel infeksie, whatever. Ons vroumense is anders te gemaak.
Maar
Maar anyway,
dus die sperm wat agterbly kan vir jou infeksie gee.
it can, it can,
Besides nou vir jou
it
pregnant
can.
maak en vir jou 'n infeksie gee.
Irritation, that's just
Okay.
fire. But anyway, just meaning there is
Okay.
different cells that's growing there as a wet area, as a nut area, it's nut.
Mhm. Okay.
As a
Okay,
nut
cool.
area.
So
So
na
obviously,
seks, once ek klaar
cellular
is
free
met
and
al, go clean.
try
Ja.
to go to the loo. Try at the moment. Go to the loo, empty your
Okay.
breath, whatever you need to. Um, just to keep your area clean. Also, celletjies daaronder, het groei, het verdeel. Different goedjies kan daar gaan en gebeur. Dan gaan ons van die twee soorte 'n virus praat wat die baie van just hold on quickly, please.
Mhm. So yeah, when you're done with your sexual activity, go clear your bladder, and also try and wipe. Ek weet soms is ons moeg na die activities. Maar daar word nog gesê that they a lot of germs and stuff can stay behind, so you need to go clean. Al uit 'n moeg gaan al vat jy net 'n lappie en maak skoon apparently. Do that because that could lead to a lot of different infections that we do not know about yet, or sometimes we do, um, but we just forget about it because jy weet ons kyk altyd laaste na onsself. So that is something we need to take note of. Besides the breast exams, when you reach out of 30, you need to go start doing that. After 6, clean yourself up. Enigiets anders, Shimane?
Um, ek wil gebruik van die twee van 'n virus wat nie baie mense van praat van 'n vrou. Uh the human papilloma virus.
Okay.
They we
Oh,
actually
God. Huh?
they are giving the vaccine to young girls, no, in school. I know that they're 9 years old,
Okay.
11 years old. No? At school,
Mm-hmm.
the sisters comes around and they give us injections, a new injection that they are getting, as a new vaccine, only for 9-year-old girls or 11-year-old girls. They give twice.
Okay.
It's to prevent them having the same human papilloma virus. It's a virus that can cause cervical cancer, uh, cancer of the cervix.
Okay.
Um,
Of the cervix.
it's
Okay.
carried around during sex. We don't know who has it. So that's why we
Okay.
have to have pups. Kasi rito kom yung pups meestal. Hulle toets 3 dinge. Hulle toets vir cancer
En
cells.
van wanneer begin jy papsmeer te doen?
Supposedly after you've been sexually active. Baie dokters recommend van 21
Okay.
jaar oud. Maar as jy sexual active was, baie jong meisies word nog jong
Okay.
swanger, 16, 17 year old. That's why they recommend after you get you sexual active
Mm.
to have your cervix checked because the HPV virus is carried sexually.
Okay.
Just like a STD or HIV, it's carried over to the woman from the man. You see?
Oh, okay.
The, yeah? It doesn't mean every man has it.
Uh,
No, it
oh,
doesn't show
okay.
symptoms. So if you're sexually
Okay.
active and you don't know what he does, scary or what, but that's why you have to have the vaccine. So it is recommended from 21 years old on every 5 years to have a pap smear. But
And you have that
nowadays, because of
once a year?
no 5 years, every 5 years, every 5 years. Yeah? When you get older, it's gonna the years is gonna get less. It's gonna get 3 years. But after 21 years old, not that if you have been sexual active at 21 years old,
Every
you have to
5 years,
start
you must
having
go
a
for
pap
pap smears. Oh, hoi.
every 5 years. Especially after you had your baby, 6 weeks after you had your baby, when you
Okay.
had a baby, 6 weeks afterwards, the gynae recommended a pap smear. That's where because your cervix stretched en al daai goedjies. Maar okay, daai nie met
Okay.
my gedoen dat ek aan
Okay.
haat. Okay,
Dankie,
ja, ek
Jesus.
het nog 'n vrou haat.
Daai.
Ja, ek 'n vrou haat daai issue. Dit
Uh,
is seer proses. Anyway, something you need to do. Dit
okay.
word nou baie min mense
So,
doen, want daar's mos al nie
uh,
sulke privileges nou op die oomblik by die clinics and stuff like that van die plekke is mos nou oorvol en almal is besig. But it is recommended after you've been sexually active, het 'n
yeah.
baba gehad
Ons almal het daai.
en ja, ons
Okay.
almal het daai.
So after your
My my guy het gesê dat die childbirth is 'n goeie tyd om pap mee te doen. Um, then you get that part where they say there was a little bit of irregular cells that was there, then you have to go back 2 weeks after that. Maar alles was okay. Thank you, Lord.
okay.
Alles was fine.
Okay,
So,
cool.
maar wat ek wil gesê het, dit is 21 years old. Al was jy nie sexually active en moet jy 'n pap mee begin nie, elke 5 jaar. Wanneer daar risk factors is, especially with women
Mm.
that have irregular periods and as jy nou the HIV positive is, um, wat is daar nog wat as jy
You should have
ja,
your pap smear. Okay.
yeah, you must go for it. If you have irregular bleeding, especially when your period goes on for 2 weeks only, more, daar is sekere vroumense wat daardie gaan. Daai moet uitgecheckt word because you can't bleed
Mm.
within 14 days. And so that needs to be checked
Mm.
out. Usually they will do a pap smear to see if there's any other cells, do a scan and all that. But 14 days, more than 14 days of bleeding in your period, you need to check it out. Wat kan ek nog sê?
Mm.
As ons 'n bietjie ouer word, ek kan nou nie praat van ouer word en ek is nog nie daar nie, maar baie van die groot mense wanneer hulle so by 50 word, 40, 50, dit raak nog al jonger. Waar hulle begin nou hot flashes kry. Ons al die anties gesien dat die sweet hulle so afstap. Dan
Mm.
kan nie weer dan
Mhm.
hier as dit is koud wat hulle kry warm, dis part of
Okay.
menopause, my man. As jy wat change of life to sê oh, soos mense sê, change of life. Um, ek kan nou nie lekker vertel
Okay.
wat daar gebeur nie. Sommige vrouens het
Okay.
irregularly
Cool.
of hulle period begin net wegbly. Um,
Cool.
ja, daai is wanneer die change of life is wanneer jou body nie meer eierselle bevaardig het. It
Mm.
doesn't produce cells for reproduction. Yeah? So the hormones,
Okay.
that hormone stop. Then can your body kind of do different changes. You get hot flashes, your pores, sleep disturbances. En die,
Okay.
die mense staan so wat vroeg slaap ek klaar nie. Dat baie dinge. Maar wat ek vir ander wanneer groot mense met my gereed dit is wat hulle gepraat het van baie van hulle dokters
Yeah.
sit hulle ook op hormonotherapie. Ja, which will mean hulle gaan ook soms so 3 maande insit. Ek wil nog aan diep inpraat because it's like a very deep topic. But dit gebeur hormonotherapie, sommige vroumense
Mm.
decide hulle hou hulle hom uit hysterectomies because it
Yeah.
your body dis nie 'n lekker issue om deur te gaan nie. Sommige
Wat
vroumense
wat
baie emotional because ek wil nou net vir ander mense gefekteer is wat daardeur gaan. Maar dit is deel van die van groot word.
okay.
Maar
Okay.
daai daai kan 'n mens uitvind by ook by 'n family planning system by enige kliniek. Jou eie dokter of gynae. Hoe ouer jy word, dit gebeur altyd hier van 40 years en older. Dit raak 'n bietjie vroeër verander. My ma was 30, 38, 39 when she started, 38, 37 around. When she started having all those symptoms.
Mm.
Sommige vroumense kan nog hulle period dit aanstel hulle oud word. Wat as hulle nog steeds in hulle oorgangsperiode, dan sal hulle nog steeds daar by die change of life, maar hulle kry nog steeds hulle period. So baie mense different ons al se vroumense is different gebou, het different issues, maar we all produce almal dieselfde hormoon. Just at different rates. So ek kan nie vir jou sê hoe jy dit ervaar nie. Niemand kan vir my sê hoe ek dit ervaar nie. But certain things it occurs at the same time. The other
Okay.
thing, um, dat is al wat ek nog kan van praat. Van vrou
Mm.
gesondheid, dat is die miskyk. Enige ander issue?
Yeah, that is of a menopause. Um,
Menopause.
sit up.
Uh, ek kan jou nou nie hoor nie.
Okay. Ik wil vir jou.
Oh,
As ek kom by kan jy vir my wat?
jy kan sê hoor, ja.
Okay. Okay. As dit nou as dit kom by injections en goede, um
Mm.
ja, okay. As dit kom
Family
by
planning.
okay.
Family planning.
family planning is it safe om dit te gebruik?
As safe, usually moet jy moet die family planning sister of jou gynae moet jy eers met haar consult. Die dokter of die suster sal die beste een vir jou recommend en vir
Okay.
jou goeie raad vir jou gee. Hulle gaan ook deur jou history te check wat vir jou te pas gaan wees. Hoe
Mm.
jy kry mos die twee different inspuitings vir 3 maande en 2 maande. Then you get mos na die nuwe ding
Okay.
wat die meisies nou vir my is die Marina of daai
Mhm.
arm wat is dat? Maar die arm
Okay.
ek weet nie hoe hulle sê vir
Mm.
Marina of something. Wat hulle die arm injek wat vir 3 jaar
Ja.
inbly wat vir sekere mense
Uh,
'n goeie ding is. Sommige mense het different um reaksies op dit. Sekere
reactions.
mense gehoor hulle bloei
Okay.
konstant so hulle het dit uitgehaal van die dokter.
Mm.
Dokter gaan sien dokter sê hoe mense hulle het dit doen anders. Dan kry jy 'n copper T IUD
Okay.
which I love because
Okay.
it can be inserted for 12 years. It doesn't have any hormone
Okay.
produce. Dat sien nie jou hormones af nie. 'n Copper tea is vir mense wat nie met hormones kan deal with dit nie. Ek het 'n ek het dit eers hier
Okay.
laat uit dat daar's 'n sekere enzyme, sommige vrouens wat dit produce wat kan maak dat hulle vinniger stol. So it
Okay.
means almost like embolism, DVT,
Okay.
waar jy die
Yeah.
bloedklont vorm. Okay? So in my case, I use the copper tea. Doesn't have any hormones, but it can be there for
Okay.
12 years, and it is 99% safe.
Mm.
Um, jy raak nie
Okay.
maklik swanger. That was like one
Safe.
in a million.
Okay.
That then you get the other IUD, which can be inserted in uterine. Maar in die uterus vir
Mm.
5 jaar, daai gee nou weer hormones af, né? Een wat ek
Uh.
het, gee nie hormones af nie. Dit is maar net daar wat die sperm doodmaak.
Mm.
Um die
Okay.
daai
Okay.
so van tablet en ek het dit like die 3 maande inspuiting, dan jy get 'n tablet.
Mm.
Daai sorry, die
Mm.
serum wat die pilletjie verbruik. Like you get the one that
Yeah.
is baie
Yeah.
lig, die microwave. Is baie lig. Jy kan ook different name, dis
Okay.
jasmine en wat is die ander name nie, wat jy by die apteek kan koop, maar dit is net met
Mm.
'n
Mm.
voorskrif. Dat nou vir die mense wat nou nie by die kliniek of aanlyne
Okay.
gaan, dan sal hulle nou so 'n
Mm.
doctor's prescription kry. Dit sal vir ene opskryf en dan kan jy by die apteek gaan koop. Um, dan die ander
Okay.
sal jy mos by wat nou gratis kan jy kry by die enige kliniek dat hulle vir jou voorsal gee. Maar dit is net
Uh.
wanneer jy
Uh.
en dan sal hulle vir jou 3 maande supply gee, dan vir 3 maande gaan jy weer terug. Voor jou laaste pakkie
Mm.
nou gebruik, moet jy 'n appointment hê. Dan sal jy genoeg pakkies gee tot
Yeah.
voor jy into this for 3 maande. So that before you finish your last
Mm.
packet of your tablet, dan sal jy die suster weer sien. Hulle moet jou monitor, dit is
Okay.
nie maklik om om agter backdoor te gaan nie. Hulle moet because sekere
Mm.
vroumense het bloeddrukprobleme, you can develop a blood
Mm.
pressure. Remember you are injecting yourself with extra hormones
Okay.
so that you don't get pregnant.
Okay.
You already have the hormones, but you are injecting yourself a double dosage of the hormones. So it can be that your bloeddruk um, can develop, which is also very dangerous. Um, sommige vroumense het ja weer baie gewag op met die birth control, soos hulle altyd sê. Dit ander goedjies, baie side
Mm.
effects.
Mm.
Met goeie dinge kom
Mm.
maar ook slegte dinge. So nie alles
Mm.
is hankie dory. Um maar dit is ook 'n goeie
Yeah.
sommige ander mense die praat van die condom. Maar dan nie die pilletjies en die goedjies kan gebruik nie. Gebruik hulle condoms.
Mm.
Vroue condoms en die man van die mens.
Yeah.
Maar wat safe
Okay.
is vir nie pregnant word nie, ook safe vir any transmittal diseases soos HIV en STD.
Uh.
Ja, daar is vir family.
Okay. Um net so voor ons like afsluit nie. Wat is vitamiene en goede wat vrouens altyd drink miskien net om vir hulle healthy te hou?
Um, it's the vitamins mostly what helps ladies because we lose blood on a monthly basis. We can use iron. With iron, you need to use vitamin
Iron.
C.
Okay.
C helps to absorb the iron. Also, vitamin D. It also helps with for absorption of the iron into your body. Vitamin D helps your bones also to produce red
Mm.
blood cells going to up your HP. En dan praat ons van jou yster in jou liggaam. So dit gaan jou liggaam 'n boost gee.
Mm. Mm.
Calcium. That's the thing that
Okay.
I need to talk to you about. Calcium during our hormone production and ons as vrouens wat ouer word, ons bene word baie brittle because
Uh.
of the hormone production,
Okay.
period and all that. Um,
Okay.
dan is calcium baie goed. Calcium and vitamin D together. It's very good so that your
Okay.
bones
Okay.
is het 'n bietjie 'n boost, okay? En daai is deel van die wat hy is
Mm.
die ding wat baie afgebreek word jou bene in jou liggaam.
Okay. Okay.
So maar
Ons het gou 'n vragie. Miskien kan jy dit antwoord.
wat is
Okay.
dit dat jy
It
sê
says,
in hormone?
what are the things that can affect or cause infertility in women?
Wat ek kan sê daarop,
Ek weet nou nie as jy
um,
gaan dit kan antwoord nie.
ek kan vir jou
Ons
kan
gaan
diepte intree wat dit is. Sommige vroumense as hulle baie vroeg op birth control was,
mm.
gaan dit jou body baie stadig vat om weer in daai
Okay.
posisie te kom om eers to reproduce, yeah? Because you started very early with birth control. Usually
Okay.
for women that is planning when they
Yeah.
get married, they already on birth control without, you see. And
Mm.
the longer you on birth control, that can cause infertility. It can take not really infertility, but it just causes a lot of problems for you to conceive. Some other things can be also our
Okay.
hormones.
Okay.
En nou met die goed wat ons eet, the stuff that we eat,
Okay.
most of our stuff mostly have hormones injected. Ek wil nie sê dis what happens as jy nou wil free run eat, dan moet jy beter moet betaal. So
Okay.
of course baie goed is geïnfluence. That's why our young girls get their period very early. Um Our dad is so vroeg. Maar that's what I think it's
Okay.
there around, but to know more you need to talk to a fertility
Mm.
first, a doctor that can give you more insight.
Yeah.
Now, as bias, there is a lot of things that can cause radiation, especially for all us. Jy het
Ja.
miskien
Ja,
lots of
ons
things.
gaan okay. Is dit nie
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't
mm.
know a lot about
Ons
it.
gaan 'n midwife hê next week donderdag. Ek dink as dit
Mm-hmm.
12 jaar is next week donderdag gaan ons 'n midwife hê. Dan kan ons meer 'n bietjie praat oor infertility en so aan te. Okay. Cool. Okay, nee, ek het nou notes gemaak wat ek sal omdat ons netwerk so stadig is, het ek notes gemaak en dan sal ek net 'n description maak van op die Facebook site. Van wat jy nou gesê het oor periods en pap smears en breast exams en almal die goed. Wat is nou wat mense net kan check again. Is daar enigiets anders wat jy miskien wil sê? Okay. So I think we lost Shimane again. So what we are going to do, as explained, the internet was so slow on her side. I think we're just going to do a little bit of description. We will have another a midwife on talking about pregnancy and pregnancy issues on the 12th of this month, which I think is next week Thursday, and then she will give us a bit more in depth, and we can maybe also just redefine some of the things that Shimane said. Um, and maybe we will also try and get a to yeah we can just go over things that we just talked about tonight without interview the internet that's been so slow and the connection problems that she and they had. So there was things that you mentioned with pap smears. You have to have a pap smear. You need to start having a pap smear at the age of 21 unless you're being sexually active before time. Then you also need to start having a pap smear. A pap smear you have to do every 5 years. It was only um thinking that you have to do it every year. Apparently not. You only have to do it every 5 years until you get a bit older. You have to do it every 3 years. A breast exam needs to be done by you manually every month. Um, and because hormones changes and things like that. Also, you need to go for pap smears when you are starting to have irregular periods. A group tip that she said that also affects a lot of our cervix area is when we're having sex. So the things that we use, the condoms, also the man's sperm that you're having sex with can affect a lot of the tissue that you have there. So when you are done having sex, before the night is over, go and clean out your bladder because that is like a self cleansing thing that happens in your cervix. Um, it also helps uh, when you go for pap smears, they will start giving you um, preventative measures against the HPV infection, which we now heard girls already at the age of 9 to 11 starts getting these vaccinations at school that prevents these things. And there's family planning that you talked about, the copper T that stays in for about 12 years, which is no hormones, and it is 99% safe. Then you get the IOD that is placed in within the urethra that has extra hormones. So why you need to go for, even when you're on the tablets or anything else, you need to go for is because you really have your own hormones. And if you start adding these tablets and copper teas and family planning, you overexpose your body to hormones. So that could lead to a big thing like high blood pressure. So that is why you need to go every month or every 3 months just to go for a checkup. Understand? And in things to keep yourself healthy as a woman, we're not talking with COVID. Um, tablets that you can take every day is your vitamin C's, your vitamin D's, because these vitamin D's absorb vitamin C's or the iron. No, I'm sorry. You need to have your iron tablets because we lose a lot of blood throughout our menstrual cycles and hormones. So you need iron for that. Together with your iron tablets, you need to take a vitamin C tablet because the vitamin C absorbs your iron. You need vitamin D, that is for your bones, um, and you take that together with your calcium. Reason for that being, with our hormones being produced every month, pregnancy, and all of these things, our bone becomes brittle. Calcium together with vitamin D will help that. We spoke about menopause. That is normally for women over the age of 40. Um, and The other thing that you also said that mentions why we get menopause a bit earlier than back in the days, and why girls also go into the menstrual cycle a bit earlier than normal, that back in the days, is there's a lot of hormones in our foods. So with that is again the same thing with our family planning, where you have already producing or hormones that is being produced. You add more hormones by the food that you eat. It spikes your high blood pressure. It spikes things like infertility. It spikes things like menstrual cycles that you get a bit earlier, menopause that you get a bit earlier. So when you feel something is wrong, rather go have and check it out. We understand with COVID now, there's a bit more push for COVID clients, so you don't get where they push for pap smears and things like that. But if you can, once a year, if you haven't gone for a while and you see there's an issue, please go and have it checked out so that you can be monitored. Because the hormones in our body makes it very it makes it very difficult, and it causes a lot of other issues in our bodies. So that is the notes that I made that you told us. And then also a lot of radiation now. We sit with our laptops a lot, we with our phones a lot. So that also produces a lot of things. So take care of your breasts, right bras, um, right size. Push-up bras is not always good because it is it affects the tissue in your body, um, in your breasts. Have do your monthly breast exams because of our hormones, um, and then just keep safe as much as you can. So yes, the broadcast was a bit of interrupted by the internet, but like I said, we are having on the 12th of August, we are going to have a midwife. She will talk you through the fears of going into hospital now while you are pregnant, and also maybe also just touch up a lot of the infertility issues we have. So tomorrow night we are talking to two stay-at-home moms. So please tune in. We're hoping we have no issues with internet again. So and then we will talk to them about what does a woman mean as a stay-at-home mom. As we said, as August, we're trying to highlight a lot of these facets that we have as women. So every night between 8 and 9, we will have a topic that we are talking about. Right. So thanks for tuning in for those who did, and see you tomorrow night again. Bye.